Hello, this is a Bluthner style 8 grand piano. That's 190 centimetres long, 6 foot 3 inches long, made in 1898. We restored and sold this piano originally in 2009. The client has just exchanged it for an upright piano, so we've got it back into stock. Just want to see what sort of work we need to do to improve it. We have done a little bit already. We've done a bit of tidying up of the case. We didn't repolish this piano in 2009, but we did most of the restoration on it. You'll see in a minute. Key tops are pretty much in perfect condition. You can't even see any that have come off and been stuck back on, so that's encouraging. Ivory key tops, and the casework is in respectable condition, I think. It's not been repolished, as I say, so you can see. So I'm not sure if it's original polish on it or not. It's very often when Bluthner did pianos, the legs were a lot darker, so it could be original and well kept. Difficult to say. There's no fading on the piano at all, which is encouraging too. So go right the way around. You can see if we do repolish the piano, it usually ends up slightly lighter. We can repolish this obviously, and we're constantly doing Bluthner grand piano because the veneer, rosewood veneer, is really stunning. You see the legs are darker. They're not perfect, but we have tidied it up already, so it could be repolished, or otherwise it would be like this. If you look at the top, you can see I'm just getting them to look as bad as possible with a reflective light there, but if you actually look at it normally, you don't really see the scratching, but it's not perfect, as you can tell, but the colouring is very good. There's no fade line, as you often get when the lid's been kept back. So there's a slight line there too, if you can see that, but no veneers lifting. So veneer's all perfect, just slight defects in the polish really. The colour is good. So let's have a look at the top of the fall, and that's good as well. The leg room is 60 centimetres, so 61.5 would be normal, but the pedals are very low, which is so there is. It's quite comfortable really. Having very low pedals means that you could raise the casters up a little bit if you wanted to. They're 5 centimetres or just under from floor to top of pedal, so you could go couple of centimetres caster cups if you wanted to raise it up, and then it will be higher than average, so that's a possibility. So we've restrung this piano, and so the tuning pins are larger than this is a sort of medium star, so they're larger than that. We didn't change the rest blank in this case, but I've checked them all and they're extremely tight, so that's obviously what matters. And if you look at the soundboard, you can see we bought this decal, which is the copy of the original, but you can buy these. So we took the original off, and because we redid the soundboard, you might be able to see a shim. If you look at the lighter colour there, that is normal for the trade to shim soundboards when they're restrung. And the frame here, that we sent that off to be redone. I think it was by car resprayers, but it's interestingly showing slight crazing here. So I'm trying to show all the defects, but generally or mechanically is exceptional really, so that's the most important thing. Cosmetically, if you want it repolished, it's 70 hours to French polish, so it doesn't come cheaply. I'm so sorry about that. But you can see these bass strings are beautifully made. I'm not sure who made those for us, but we didn't make them ourselves. We send them off to top quality string makers, and they're German strings. Copper winding is German too, and so is the treble strings, so we do the very best we can. So it has the original Bluthner patent action with this L-shaped spring. I've recently done a comparison between the Bluthner patent action and the standard roller action, which is in most other pianos. Bluthner went their own way with this. It has a smoother feel, a different feel, and I've made a video. If you go to our YouTube channel and look at the comparison between a roller lever action, whip and whatever you want to call that, and and Bluthner patent action, because it's quite different really, and it's regulated differently. I'm trying to sort of show a few ways in which you adjust it if you aren't familiar with it. And this has been recovered with Arbel recovered hammers, which is very commonly done with Bluthner grands. And we asked them to right weight to felt and so on to get it feeling right. You can see here since it's been done, so that's since 2009, very little playing. The owner did say she doesn't play all that much, and it's got an upright now, for space, obviously, it's the reason for going for an upright, but this piano was very much loved but not played that much. Looking at the assessment sheet that we've made on this piano, most of the things I've mentioned, and you can see that this piano has ivory keys, original ivories, fully restored by ourselves, and the client in Norwich had the piano and part exchanged it for an upright. It has very low upright. I'm going to explain that a bit later on when I try and demonstrate the piano for you, and you can see various measurements that we've made. Now, we haven't repolished the piano, and you could have it repolished, but it's in fair condition, I would say, and there's the key weighting, which is exceptionally good, so we won't need to do much to that. And you'll notice the upweight, low upweight of 27. Bluthners usually have a much higher upweight than that. I've talked about upweight and downweight in other videos, so I won't go on about that, but it feels excellent when the upweight is very low. Now, Bluthner grands have such a consistently mellow and beautiful tone. I'm going to just play the whole piano. We actually have 5 patent action Bluthner pianos in stock at the moment, which is more than we've ever had. You're going to hear the underlying resonance on the video, perhaps it's difficult. I'll just play one more chord on it. Now let's just compare it with some other pianos. This is a same length of piano, 190 centimeters Bluthner grand, made in 1920. This is a Boston, 218 centimeters long, made in 1998. So the Bluthner, 190 centimeters long, patent action, and we have 5 of these in stock at the moment. This is certainly up with the best. Beautiful piano. Made in 1896, and really Bluthners of this style made from about 1885 to 1925 are almost the same tone. Slight sort of, I don't know, slight different, slight, should we say, getting more modern as they get younger, but these ones are particularly rich, the older ones, and it's been restrung with the best possible strings we can find. Very romantic sound. Very consistent tone. Bluthners can almost be relied upon to have this consistent tone. The hammers are what lets Bluthners down very often, and we often restore ones that have been used so much and got very, very flat hammers. So it transforms the piano when you replace the hammers. And this one particular one has a very low upweight, which we mentioned before, upweight and downweight. Very beautiful to play. Kind of piano I would play all day long quite happily. If you're interested in trying out the piano, we've got a special offer at the moment. At the moment I'm speaking now, we're renting pianos out for you to try, and then the rental comes off the purchase price, but we're doing it at a third less than we normally would. That's because we're collecting pianos like we have with this one that we previously sold, We've got a lot of pianos offered back to us, and if you've been dealing with pianos for a long time, that does happen. And roughly a third extra, I've calculated, I don't know if that's about right. And we're hoping that by reducing the trial amount that you pay by a third, that's going to encourage you. So if you look at the stock, you'll see it doesn't cost very much to try a piano out for say 10 months, and then if you want to buy the piano, that's taken off that one, or any other piano that you choose. So there's no commitment to that particular piano. Obviously rich in the bass and in the treble, and right up to the top. And this has been played in, which is an advantage over that period of time. Not that played in, but just enough to make the hammers even out, and we'll just be voicing it slightly as well. And there's not much to do to the piano actually. We've done a little bit of tidying up of the case. I hope that's helpful then. Thank you very much for listening.